Morning. Welcome to the Pick-A-Dee Pick Show. I'm your host, Anvil, and as always, I dedicate this show to my boy, Jerry. I wish you could be here, man, but we're going to jump right into this. We're doing the 5K Sunday NFL Rush. It's just the one that popped up first for me. You know, I'm going to be entering in multiple contests, but let's get this ticket going. As usual, I like to frame the ticket, start down with the defense, get that out of the way. Kind of give myself some framework to work with. Looking at a couple teams here. I mean, the Steelers, they got a great matchup against Cincinnati at home. They're the most expensive one on the board, $5,000. Ravens next, $4,900 against on the road against the Patriots, my Patriots. The Packers got a great matchup. The Eagles got a great matchup. We only save $400 if we go with the Eagles, and they're on the road. The Packers, Jacksonville's just one of them weird teams to me, man. They don't always follow the game script. Last week, Luton did all right. Not a disaster. Unfortunately, my Patriots are a disaster, and I think they're going to have a hard time keeping up with the Ravens' offense, and therefore they're going to be forced into some bad decision-making by Newton, who unfortunately, as much as I really want him to work out, and boy do I want him to work out, I don't think he's working out. And, he takes a lot of sacks. And so we're going to be going with the Ravens. Put them in as our defense right there. See, look at that. That's our defense. Keeping our average cost right now at $6,800. I'm going to jump up to tight end now. Reason I'm going tight end is I kind of have an angle. I want to see how much money it's going to save me, how much to play with. Waller and Andrews. Again, I don't want to shoot too much of my budget on that. I can't really trust Gronk, not to mention I feel betrayed by the guy, so, But we're going to scroll down here. There's a few good players up here. But I have an angle to save some money, So we're looking at, what are we looking at? $7,000 for Waller. But down here, in the cheap seats, as they might say, a guy named Austin Hooper. Reason I like him is Houston has given up the 6th most points to tight ends. And I feel like that's a great place to save some money right now. I've been reading about him, reading up on him. It seems like he's due for a breakout game. So I feel some confidence in his ability. He's going to deliver. I mean, his average isn't great, but those are averages. I mean, he's sitting at a 6.25 per game. Some of the top guys, Kittle, he's on IR, so he doesn't even count. But our most expensive guy, Waller, 10 points, 4-point difference. But again, the money that we save is, to me, worth it. And that's one of the things you got to do. You got to save some money so that you can spend it later. So we're putting him in at tight end. Good job. Going up to quarterback now, we got 7,000. We've increased our average, so that's good. I see some really good names, of course, at quarterback. People put up a lot of points. Aaron Rodgers is a good one. I've relied on Allen before. That worked out for me. But against Arizona, I'm not 100% sure. I think he's going to have to do a lot of dink and dunk. I don't know. Same thing with Murray, flip side. You're playing two decent defenses. Russell Wilson's playing, a decent defense. I think Jackson can go off. Bear, I don't like him traveling. Brady, Newton, I'm really surprised by all of these names that are in here that are just, they're not worth the money. They're not worth the money with the matchup when, even though Goff has not been great this season, the one thing I will say is we're going to save some money, and he's got a good matchup. So that's two things, but, I'm not counting. So we're going to go with Goff. Now, in taking Goff, I also want to look at his wide receivers really quick because I think I want to do a double up here. I don't want to use his tight end. I want to look at, I'm looking at either Coop, Woods. Coop's averaging 11. Woods is averaging 13. Their price difference is not much difference. I like Robert Woods. He's been around for a while. Seattle has given up they're averaging like 280 yards. They're far the worst secondary out there. I almost feel like we could just go with both of them. But I think it's going to be Coop. So we're going to put Coop in as one of our wide receivers. Our ticket's really framing up. We're still at 6,900 average player. That's great. We want to stay above our starting average because that means, in these opening framing moments, we don't want to be spending extra money because we know we're going to have to shell out some money in a moment, right? And speaking of saving money, got another guy at wide receiver. He's with the Chicago Bears, and he's probably going to be kind of low on the list. Darnell Mooney, really good player. One of those players that's really taking advantage of the film that he can watch. Really good at like noticing tendencies of the secondary. Do they want to push you to the outside, shove you out of bounds? He cuts on the inside. He's really one of those guys. Reminds me of Sammy Watkins. Really somebody who goes that extra mile. He hasn't had a touchdown in a while. He doesn't average a lot of points, but I think this is going to be a big game for him. It's a Monday night game, and I really like that because we have a ticket that at least provides you some entertainment through Sunday and Monday. If you can't win these things, you might as well at least have some enjoyment. So we're going to put Mooney in because, again, he's going to save us some money. We're not going with a big wide receiver core. We don't want to blow our budget this week. I think that's more going to go to the running backs this particular week. We're going to come back because I might be flexing in Davante Adams because it's kind of a juicy matchup for him right now. Chicago's got a decent run defense. San Francisco's got a decent run defense. But I really think we're going to blow some money right here because Aaron Jones, he's definitely going in. Jacksonville is like a sieve when it comes to running. So we're knocking down our average here. We're going to really have to save some money here. Got Hunt on my list. I just want to see why maybe that was. He's going to be working. He's going to be working alongside Chubb, which kind of scares me a little bit. Got to hit that right button there, don't I? Chubb's coming back from an injury. I just don't. I don't really see that as happening. James Robinson's been working out for me in the past. I do like that matchup, but I have a feeling they're going to have to be passing more. And sometimes, when they get into that passing game, they tend to forget that they even have running backs. Yeah, they're going to throw some passes to the guy every now and then. They're going to run some plays, short yardage stuff, goal line stuff. I don't really know about that. But I'm going to use a little bit of mysticism here in my season-long fantasy team that I have against the people at my work. The one guy I'm fearing the most that I'm playing against this week is Ronald Jones. All things considered, he's got a great matchup at $6,400. I want to see where this puts us because I really would like to. I would really like to work in Davante Adams if possible. I think he's going to have a big game. So we're going to select Jones here. Carolina 28th run defense, so not too worrisome there. Put him in there. Okay. We're at 71 now. Let's flip over here to wide receiver. If we put in Davante, let's see what that does to our tickets. This is going to be interesting here because we're really going to have to work here. But I like him at home. I think he's going to get a lot of use. So we're going to put him in. That only leaves us 7,400 or 4,700. Excuse me, a little number dyslexia there. Let's see if we can actually sniff something out on a flex play at $4,700. This is where I really like the game of fantasy football. When you get these really crappy salaries remaining, and you really got to get down there and start scooping through. We've already used Mooney. See, that's a bit concerning to me. No, we can't reach somebody like McKinnon, I don't think. This is really going to be difficult. I may not be able to afford one of these guys. I may have to. You know what I might have to do here? Let's sub out Coop. Yeah, let's sub out Coop. We're going to remove Coop. Go back over to the wide receivers here. Let's see. Robert Woods. I like him on the double. Oh. Will Fuller. 7,100 or Woods. I want to go with the double up. Let's see what that does. 5,200 for our flex. Let's see what we can afford at 5,200. Again, this is part of the game. This is what makes it interesting, is trying to figure out some of these cheaper players. I mean, if they gave us a bigger budget, it would just be easy. Oh, Samuel. I can't quite reach Samuel. Let's see who we got down here. Still can't reach McKinnon. Okay, Scotty Miller. Now, I'm not going to put my faith in these kind of people. We're $100 away from McKissick. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of subbing around here, aren't we? Who are we going to take out? I really like J.D. McKissick. Catches a lot of balls out of the backfield. Ball edge. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not liking that. I don't want to get rid of Adams. I want to run my double Joneses. Maybe we don't do a double up on Woods. That's kind of a risk. Well, let's put McKissick in because I think he's going to be an interesting flex play. We're 100 over, so we're just going to have to survive off of Goff getting points. It's not going to matter who he goes to. We got $7,100 now for our wide receiver. We can get Will Fuller. I think that's a very adequate sub right there for Woods. Interesting team. We're going to enter this lineup right here because I'm more than content with it. And we're going to go through it really quick, kind of recap what we were looking at. We got Goff in there. Like him in his matchup. Again, we're looking at a lot of good matchups here. That's the important thing. The average points, they're going to be above and below average depending on the team they're facing. I think Goff is going to far exceed it. Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams are simply in there because I think they're just going to run over Jacksonville. I feel like they have to. I feel like Rodgers and the Packers are angry right now. Fuller's got a great matchup. Ronald Jones has a decent matchup, and that's the mysticism play. Mooney, just like the guy, really like the guy, and he saved us the money that got us the Devontae Adams. We got two powerhouse Packers right now. McKissick, I'm playing him season long. I got to roll with him. Austin Hooper, I just think that he's due for the big game right now, and Cleveland's going to have to be in the air against Houston. I just can't believe how bad Houston and Seattle are on defense. These are teams that are, known for their defense in recent years. And I'm playing my Ravens against, my true love, the Patriots. I've been a Patriots fan since 1976. I was just a little boy, and I love the Minutemen. Love America. Love the Patriots. American Revolution is something I know a lot about, and I've visited a lot of the sites. And I visited the old Patriots Stadium. I was there. I was on the 50-yard line. I was on the field. Got a tour of the stadium. But, the Ravens really appreciate what they do on defense. I've been a fan of theirs since, the Ray Lewis, Ed Reed days. And that's it. I think we got it. Who knows? Last week I did all right. I got a little bit of money back on it. Really appreciate anybody who's watching this. I have a couple of Instagram accounts, dj.anvil and Pack Anvil. If you're into collectibles, I do a lot of stuff on Anvil with that. If you just like random weirdness from this weird dude, that's what I do on dj.anvil. Got some cool memes up there right now. My daughter helps me make them. And then I just try to show off my life, you know. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you use some of my picks today, and I hope we win, man, you know. And I'll see you next week. Have a good one.